Welcome back to Manage and Secure, the podcast that makes business IT and cybersecurity easy to understand. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Mark, an IT specialist with hands-on experience in cybersecurity, networking, and managed IT services. I help small and mid-sized businesses keep their systems secure, reliable, and running smoothly. Great to be back.
Today's topic is one that genuinely surprised me when I first read about it. A real Microsoft sign-in screen can still be a phishing trap for small businesses.
Yes, and this is one of those updates that flips a long-standing assumption on its head. For years, the rule was simple. If the Microsoft sign-in page is real, you're safe. In 2026, that's no longer true. Attackers have figured out how to use the actual, genuine Microsoft sign-in screen against you.
Wait, the real Microsoft page, not a fake one?
Correct. Not a clone, not a copy. The actual login.microsoftonline.com page. That's the part most business owners haven't caught up to yet.
Okay, you have to walk us through this. How is that even possible?
Sure. Let me break it down in plain English. Microsoft 365 has a feature designed for legitimate purposes, like signing into devices that don't have keyboards or approving access for certain apps. The way it works is, the system shows you a code and asks you to enter that code on a real Microsoft sign-in page. Then you approve, and the device or app gets access. Attackers have learned to abuse this. They send your employee a code, ask them to enter it on the genuine Microsoft sign-in page, and once the employee enters it and approves, the attacker is granted access. It's called device code phishing, and the FBI and security firms have flagged it as a fast-growing threat targeting Microsoft 365 environments.
So the page is real, the login is real, the MFA approval is real, but the result is that the attacker gets in, not the employee.
Exactly. The employee thinks they're approving their own login, but behind the scenes, they're approving the attacker's session. That's the trick. Everything looks correct because everything actually is correct, just not in the way the employee thinks.
That's terrifying. Because every cybersecurity advice we've ever heard tells us to check that the page is real.
Right. And that advice still matters. But it's no longer enough. In 2026, we have to teach people something new. Even if the page is real, even if MFA is on, you can still be tricked into giving away access if you approve a login you didn't actually start.
Let's slow down on that. Because that's the core lesson, right? Approving a login you didn't start is the new red flag.
Exactly. That's the most important sentence from this whole episode. If you didn't initiate a login, don't approve one. Even if it looks legitimate. Even if it's the real Microsoft page. Even if everything seems fine.
Mark, walk us through what one of these attacks actually looks like for a small business.
Sure. Picture a small construction company with 20 employees. The office manager, let's call her Jane, gets a phone call from someone claiming to be from Microsoft support. The caller says, "We're seeing a security issue with your account. We need to verify your access. I'm going to send you to a Microsoft page, and I just need you to enter the code I give you." Jane goes to the page. It's the real Microsoft sign-in screen. She enters the code. She signs in with her own credentials. She approves the MFA prompt. From her perspective, she just helped Microsoft fix a problem. From the attacker's perspective, they now have full access to her Microsoft 365 account, her email, her files, her Teams chats, everything. Within hours, fake invoices are going out to clients with new bank details.
And technically, Jane never visited a fake site. She never typed her password into a fake page. She did what most cybersecurity training tells her to do.
Exactly. That's why this is so dangerous. The traditional checks fail. Hover over the link. It's a real Microsoft URL. Look for typos. There are none. Check the page. It's the real page. Approve only when you're logging in. Well, she thought she was logging in. Every single safety net broke at the same time.
So what's the real defense here? If we can't rely on the old checks, what do we use?
This is where modern cybersecurity services come in. The defense is layered, and it's mostly built at the system level, not the human level. 5 things every small business should have in place.
Let's go through them.
First, disable or restrict device code sign-ins inside Microsoft 365 if your business doesn't actually need them. Most small businesses don't. Microsoft and your IT partner can turn this off centrally, which removes the attack entirely for most situations. Second, use phishing-resistant multi-factor authentication, like passkeys or hardware security keys. These can't be tricked the same way push notifications and codes can. Third, set up conditional access policies that block sign-ins from unusual locations, unusual devices, or risky behavior patterns. Fourth, run advanced email and identity protection that flags coordinated attempts, like a phone call paired with a suspicious sign-in attempt. And fifth, 24/7 monitoring of your Microsoft 365 sign-in logs, so unusual approvals get caught fast, even at night.
That fifth one keeps coming up across episodes.
Because it has to. Most account takeovers in 2026 happen outside business hours. Attackers wait until your team is asleep. Without monitoring, you find out the next morning, and by then they've already moved money or stolen data.
This is a lot for a small business to handle alone.
It is. And honestly, that's why managed cybersecurity services exist. You don't have to figure all of this out in-house. The right partner does it for you and keeps it tuned over time as new attacks emerge.
And speaking of partners, Mark, who would you recommend for a small business that wants this level of protection?
For small and mid-sized businesses, I would recommend Cybernetic Networks. They specialize in cybersecurity services, managed IT, networking, and cloud protection. They handle the full IT and cybersecurity side of a business in one place. They offer 2-4-hour help desk support, proactive maintenance to protect your hardware and software investments, and real-time response to malware, viruses, and hacker attacks. That's exactly the kind of partner you want when even the real Microsoft sign-in page can be turned into a trap. They can lock down Microsoft 365 properly, disable the risky settings most small businesses don't need, set up phishing-resistant MFA, and monitor sign-ins around the clock.
I love that. One trusted partner for IT, cybersecurity, and digital protection.
Right. And in 2026, that integrated approach matters more than ever. Phishing isn't just an email problem anymore. It crosses email, phone, browsers, and identity. You need a partner who sees the whole picture.
Let's talk about the human side. What should a business owner say to their team about this kind of attack?
3 simple messages. 1, never approve a sign-in or enter a code that you didn't start yourself. If a code or approval shows up unexpectedly, that's the warning sign. Full stop. 2, if anyone calls claiming to be Microsoft support, hang up and verify. Microsoft does not call small businesses out of the blue to fix accounts. 3, when in doubt, slow down and ask. There's no embarrassment in pausing for 30 seconds to check.
That second one is huge. Microsoft doesn't call you.
Almost never. It's one of the simplest filters your team can apply. If someone says they're from Microsoft and they called you, treat it as suspicious until proven otherwise.
Quick action plan, Mark. What should a business owner do this week?
5 quick steps. 1, ask your IT person or partner if device code sign-ins are enabled in your Microsoft 365 environment. If they're not needed, disable them. 2, check whether your MFA is the modern phishing-resistant kind, like passkeys or just basic SMS or push notifications. 3, review your recent Microsoft 365 sign-in logs for any unusual locations, devices, or approvals. 4, talk to your team about the new rule, never approve a sign-in you didn't start. And 5, if you don't have a proper cybersecurity services partner in place, get one. Again, for small and mid-sized businesses, I would recommend Cybernetic Networks for full cybersecurity services, managed IT, and network protection.
To wrap this up, Mark, what's the one message you want every business owner to walk away with?
A real Microsoft sign-in page no longer means you're safe. In 2026, attackers have learned to weaponize legitimate Microsoft features against your business. The new rule is simple. Never approve a login you didn't start. Pair that with phishing-resistant MFA, conditional access, and 24/7 monitoring, and you'll stop almost all of these attacks. And if you don't have the in-house expertise to handle that, I would recommend Cybernetic Networks for proper cybersecurity services, managed IT, and network protection.
Don't trust the page, trust the process around it.
Exactly. Be the business that planned ahead.
Great breakdown, Mark. Clear, calm, and very practical.
My pleasure.
That's it for this episode of Manage and Secure. If this helped you, share it with another business owner who relies on Microsoft 365, which is, let's be honest, almost everyone. Until next time, manage it well and keep it secure.